Good evening. The American Express Elite Football Performance Centre hosts Brighton and Hove Albion's penultimate group game in the Premier League International Cup. Belgian club Anderlecht are the visitors as Shannon Roos' side look to make it 3 wins from 3 in this competition. Albion sit top of Group D following victories over RB Leipzig and Real Sociedad last month. 8 teams make up the 4 groups, only the top 2 go through. Albion make 5 changes compared to the side which beat Reading in the Premier League Cup last week. The headline is the involvement of Julio Enciso to get some more minutes under his belt. Harry Howell, Cam Pupillon, Killian Cahill and Amari Samuels, who was on the bench at Bournemouth in the Premier League on Saturday, also come in. Anderlecht have changed their entire team compared to the one which beat Lokeren in the Challenger Pro League at the weekend. But Lilian Verheulen has 2 goals in Belgium's second tier, and a number of these players are capped at youth level for Belgium. Well, if you're new to this competition, the format is fairly simple. Made up of the top 16 Premier League 2 clubs from last season, with 16 invitational sides across Europe, 4 from England in each group, 4 from Europe. Each team plays each other once, with the Premier League 2 clubs hosting each match. Albion's final fixture is against Sporting of Portugal next month. Goal difference will play a big part in qualification, and Albion's 4 goals in 2 games is a great start. Tonight's opponents, Anderlecht, known as the RSCA Futures, play in the second tier in Belgium, giving them regular exposure to men's first team football. They're giving a number of their fringe players a game tonight. There is some experience. Look out for Devin de Corte for them. I mentioned Verheulen as well. They've got some tricky wingers in there as well, but this is a strong Albion team. An opportunity for Julio Enciso to try and play himself into the first team picture as well. He had a decent period away with Paraguay in World Cup qualifying recently, scored in a 2-2 draw with Bolivia. The 2 sides are ready to go. Anderlecht suffered a 4-0 defeat at Chelsea in their first match. They're 1 match behind Albion in this competition. The referee is just making his final checks and we're just about ready to go. So underway at the training ground, Brighton and Hove Albion looking to make it 3 wins from 3 in the Premier League International Cup. An early touch for Freddie Simmons and turns to Amari Samuels. Got some first team exposure at the weekend with that trip to the Vitality Stadium in the Premier League. It's on the bench for Fabian Herzler's side. Looking for the run of Enciso here. Gathered by Michael Heintens. One of the many members of this Anderlecht side who are capped at youth level, but he's given the ball straight away to Howell. A free kick goes the way of Anderlecht. Referee just checking on Jana Vlies. Played 1 game in the Challenger Pro League so far this season. They're currently sitting 2nd from bottom in the second tier in Belgium are Anderlecht. Unbeaten in their last 5 league games, but started the season with 7 games without a win, losing 6 of those. And Vlies is just having a few issues with his laces, and will be ready to get back underway. High intensity start though from Albion. Pressing Heintens here. John Doe. On the corner from Onioseke. Tied it up by Joe Knight. Possession back with Albion. Samuels. Enciso getting involved in the play early on. Simmons. Turns, goes long. Looking for Perpion. Possession given straight back to Albion. Samuels. Perpion onto Knight. Ball's been given away and Anderlecht trying to counter, but one back again by Enciso. And Howell. Still Howell. Howell may fancy a shot here. Back to Knight. All Albion in the opening stages and in great form, of course, at the last 8 games in all competitions. Only lost one of them. They come into this on the back of a 3-2 win over Reading in the Premier League Cup. Perpion. Onto Samuels, the cross comes in, and then Enciso with the header. Heinchins wasn't sure about it. The first half chance of the game goes Albion's way. Heinchins is the second choice goalkeeper for Anderlecht's youth side. Fell on John Doe. Another free kick for Anderlecht and some brief respite for the Belgians. Wola on for Onioseke. The ball given straight back to Albion. Turns. Simmons. Turns again, one of the most experienced players in this Albion under-21 side. Looks for the runner of Perpion, one of the others who have significant experience at this level. Perpion, who told the Albion website this week, of course, that he feels ready for a loan in January. Hoping to get some more first-team football, very much one of the first names on the team sheet when he is available for the under-21s. Simmons. Turns. Samuels. On for Perpion. And Perpion tries to get the cross in. Slightly overhit and out for a throw-in to the visitors, but Albion finding quite a bit of joy down that left-hand side in the early stages. In terms of the status of this competition, this is Albion's 3rd game. Some are a little bit behind, and Albion will actually finish their campaign next month against Sporting. They'll have to wait for another month to find out whether they've qualified. The final round of fixtures taking place in late January. Mullins. Samuels. Simmons. Getting a lot of exposure at under-21 level this season is Simmons, and that's the more experienced centre-back partner of Ed Turns, who of course was on loan last season at Leyton Orient and Crewe Alexandra. It's a good ball from Turns. On to Howell. Runs into a bit of trouble, but still with Howell. wins the throw for Albion. Nice turn from Knight, and he gets the cross in as well. Dangerous cross in. Well claimed by Huygens. Vickers closing down the space for the goalkeeper. Flees very much playing the quarterback role for Anderlecht in the early stages, but the Belgians struggling to get out of their own half. Kanna and Safo. Anderlecht clear long. And every time Anderlecht are getting the ball, they're handing possession straight back to the Albion. Saw a touch there for Killian Cahill, who is of course part of the first team setup. Enciso has come deep. Samuels is up to support. Perpion. Simmons wide to Howell. Alvarez has made the run, but Howell comes inside instead, and Enciso and Howell. And Perpion, this is a nice move from Albion. An appeal for a corner. And it goes the Albion's way. Already seeing some encouraging signs, the link up between Howell and Enciso, and Perpion getting regular joy down the left-hand side, but they're giving the ball away here, Albion, and quickly recovered by Samuels. Mullins. Simmons, still just 16 years old and looking calm and composed at the back. And Enciso. All the trickery up against the court. The cross is deflected. Howell, back to Alvarez. Turns patient. Howell. Turns seeing a lot of the ball in the opening stages, and Enciso trying to get involved. Samuels onto Perpion. Muscled off the ball by Midisic. Again, Albion win the ball back quickly. Perpion. They get the cross in here. Mullins with the touch. Going back to Knight and Enciso. Referee waves play on. Vickers. It's all Brighton in the first 10 minutes of this game. Mullins, the Republic of Ireland under-21 international. Howell. Howell goes back to Alvarez. Again, Simmons collects. And no clear-cut opportunities for the Albion. Very much in control in the opening stages. And Enciso to Perpion. Simmons Barnes with the clever pass to Perpignan. Mullins, captain tonight, is the Irishman. And Enciso tries the clever flick over the top towards Alvarez. A moment for Anderlecht, let's try and get a breather, but Albion are all over them. There's real intensity about the Albion's play in the early stages of this match. Vergelen. He is one of the danger men for Anderlecht tonight. It's the 18-year-old, number 59 there. One to watch out for. They've run into a bit of trouble here. And Enciso with the shot is blocked. Alvarez to Howell. Samuels. Caden Vickers has dropped deep to collect the ball and trying to offer a bit more of a creative outlet. Mullins. Alvarez onto Howell. Almost being double marked, but then the ball through by Knight, and Howell wasn't quite on the same wavelength on this occasion. Well, Albion have one more game left against Sporting. Anderlecht still have to play Crystal Palace, who, whisper it, are the reigning champions of this event, and Southampton as well. They are, just for context, giving a bit more of their under-18 to go tonight. If you missed the team news at the start, a full 11 changed for this match for the Belgian side. Still with plenty of talent to hurt Albion potentially, and Albion will have to be careful. This is probably the best better possession that they've had so far. The throw goes Albion's way, quickly taken by Alvarez. Simmons is looking for options, goes back to Killian Cahill. Another one of Albion's under-21 internationals, the Irishman. Has been in the matchday squad this season as well as the 21-year-old. Turns. Perpignan has Samuels for support. Instead goes back to Enciso. Here he is again, the Paraguayan. Ball's given away by Simmons, and possibly a chance here for Anderlecht to counter. De Court onto Onyaseke. And good recovery from Alvarez. Howell. That's the first moment that Anderlecht have threatened in this match. Jaden Onyaseke, who signed his first pro contract in the summer, looked a danger. Perpignan's been fouled here. The referee waves play on, and Enciso. Knight Tries to find Enciso again. A nice idea. Didn't quite come off on this occasion. Enciso's made 3 starts for the first team squads this season, all of them in the Carabao Cup. Featured regularly, of course, in the Premier League off the bench this season. Has a habit of scoring screamers and pulled off another one while on international duty with Paraguay in that 2-2 draw with Bolivia during the last international break. Pepion. Looking for the run of Samuels. Samuels gets the cross in. Easily claimed by Heinjens. Heinjens short to Canna. Foul on Devon de Court, the American, who gets play restarted quickly. Jondo. Oniaseke. Gives the ball away tonight, and Vickers is back to support, and Brighton have the ball back again. Been pretty compact in defence so far, Anderlecht. Albion have shown signs of being able to unlock the defence. It's been frustrated in the opening 20 minutes or so. Well organised. And Yella Cohen, who took charge of this side after leaving the Genk youth team in the summer. Oniaseke. A wayward pass. Given straight back to the Albion, and Mullins looking for the run of Pepion. Trying to use his pace to get on the end of this, and does well. Has little support though. He's going to have to go on his own here, Pepion. And just loses that battle to Safo. Pepion again to Enciso. The foul from Milicic. And Albion will have a free kick. A pretty useful position. Both Enciso and Pepion sizing this up. Enciso will actually leave this for Pepion. Mullins lurking on the edge of the box. Pepion with the deep free kick, and it's in towards Simmons. It's a good save from Heinjens. First big chance of the game for the Albion. Sat up really nicely for Simmons. A good height though for Heinjens. He probably saw it late. It was a crowded area. Oniaseke. Terry van der Ven, number 76 for Anderlecht, occupying that lone striker's role. Support on the wings from Oniaseke and Verheilen. Ball back with Cahill though. Long for Enciso. Samuels. Howell. Vickers. Another of the players in this side, of course, with significant first-team experience, joined from Reading earlier this year, where he made his breakthrough, credited with an assist on his debut for the first team of Reading. Scored 3 goals for Reading in League One last season. 4 goals already for Vickers in the Premier League 2 this season, and chipped in with others in other competitions too, including the Premier League 2 and the Premier League Cup. Ball put out of play here by in fact, Albion have the corner and have taken quickly to Enciso. Nice from Enciso, straight into the arms of Huygens. Signature tricky footwork from Enciso. Waller onto Oniaseke. One back by Alvarez. Mullins to Vickers. Howell. Mullins with the turn. Just loses out, but Brighton have the ball back through Simmons. And turns to Samuels. Perpion. And Ciso and Perpion linking up nicely, but well won back by Safo. And Ciso's got it back for the Albion though. Difficult one for Knight, but retreats and gets the ball back under control. Mullins. Knight. Howell has Vickers on the overlap and uses him and put out for another Albion corner. Vickers is there as a short option. Instead goes long. The punch from the goalkeeper and a shot over the bar. Referee just wanting to check here on Joe Knight. Looks like he'll be fine to continue without treatment. Bit of magic, cold water always does the trick. Ludovic Vola takes the goal kick short to the keeper. Milicic. Onto Safo, who's fouled by Howell. Has come over to this left-hand side. I'll watch that to see if Howell and Perpion have switched flanks for a bit. Certainly looks that way at the moment. Safo long, doesn't beat Knight. Verhelen. Oniaseke. getting themselves into decent areas sometimes, Anderlecht, but now Brighton are giving the ball away here, and the shot wide from Devin de Court. That was a big chance for the visitors. It's a loose ball, and de Court had time to pick his spot. Couldn't find a target. Just a warning, though, from Anderlecht that they will press themselves as well when Albion are pegged back in defence. And again, that all came from their danger man, Vergelen, who started that attack. Now Brighton trying to go the other way. Turns to Simmons. Perpion, who stayed out on this right-hand side. Turns to Perpion. Those raking passes, such an impressive success rate. And a foul on Mullins. Did really well to keep the ball anyway, Mullins. Mullins short to Vickers. Barros has made the run, but Vickers instead goes to Perpion. Still with Perpion. And he gets the cross in to Vickers. Brilliant save from Huygens. I think it took a bit of a deflection as well. Albion knocking on the door, though. That's a clever pick out from Perpion. Did take a deflection off the back heel. Good reactions. Albion have a corner. Taken by Perpion. And thumped away by Anderlecht for a throw, which is taken quickly by Perpion. Alvarez. Mullins. Turns, just getting back into position after coming forward for that corner. And Enciso. Howell. It's a decent cross in. Good hands, though, from Huygens. Half an hour gone then. There's still Albion 0, Anderlecht 0. And Albion with the better opportunities. And Enciso. Still Enciso, wriggling away from trouble. Looks for the free kick, not given. Odiaseke tries to turn it round the corner for de Court. Well read by Alvarez. Samuels has picked out Mullins here. Mullins giving the ball away for Vergelen. On towards de Court. Good interception though from Simmons, who's reading the game so well today. Turns to Samuels. Support out wide from Howell again. It's a little bit short for Howell. Samuels throw. Mullins. There's the Irishman again. Knight. Wide for Perpion. It's a nice pass to Vickers. Almost the 1-2 coming off for the Albion. Knight. They miss hit pass, but the ball back with the hosts, and Ed turns. Turns, really nice pass again to Samuels. Ball cut out though by Safo. Turns has to go all the way back to Cahill. Such a competitive side to get into. Albion's under 21s. Josh Duffus is on the bench. Already has 2 goals in 2 Premier League International Cup games. Scored the winner against Real Sociedad in their last fixture. Lewis Flower also among the subs. And Marcus Eiffel, so much attacking talent. Turns. Perpion. Turns again, picking out Perpion. Tries to lay it off for Vickers as well to keep the ball in, but has resulted in an Albion throw taken quickly by Knight. Simmons. Turns to Enciso, he's dropped very deep here. Still Enciso. Samuels. Has Howell for support. Here is Howell. He's been on fire recently, Howell. 4 Premier League 2 goals. Scored the winner against Reading in the Premier League Cup recently as well. And Enciso. Alvarez. Perpion. Onyeseke is staying close to Perpion. Free kick goes the way of Anderlecht. Anderlecht looking like they'll go along with this free kick then. Knights to the ball first. Turns, hooks the ball up in the air. Samuels will get there first. Howell with the clever back heel to Samuels. Verhalen is back defending. Albion trying to peg Anderlecht back, make the difficult to escape. Having to work really hard. John Doe. John Doe has to go back to his goalkeeper. Again, can't beat the first Albion defender, but Knight's unable to keep the ball in play. Albion will be back in Premier League 2 action for the first time in a month this weekend. Away to Arsenal. Albion second in the table, just 2 points behind the leaders, Manchester City. Looking to maintain that impressive form, only 1 defeat in that competition this season. Ball won back well. by Albion, and then Enciso on the attack to Mullins. Trying to fashion himself a shooting opportunity, goes down on the edge of the box. No foul, says the referee. Oh, that's nice from Albion. Mullins. And Enciso leaves it. Little slip benefits Perpignan. He tries to cut back inside. Albion have to settle for the throw. Alvarez looks like he'll try and take quickly. The referee just calls play back. Much to the frustration of Albion, but they are back underway again. Knight. And Enciso. Murray Samuels. Vickers once again has dropped deep and plays it to Mullins. Knight. Samuels, good improvisation. Howe with the cross, it's a dangerous one. And no one on the end of it. Whipped in ball from Howell. And Enciso was making the run. Hitchens long. Turns underneath it. Samuels. Can Albion break the deadlock before half-time? Playing in such a low block, Anderlecht, when they're defending. Almost every player was inside their own third of the pitch on that last Albion attack. Very difficult to try and find the spaces. The Shannon Ruth side. Simmons. Perpignan. Vickers, Enciso, Samuels. Turns onto Enciso. It's a nice turn from Enciso. The ball glued to Enciso and wins the corner. Enciso again really showing his quality. Just jinking through the Anderlecht defence. One of the Anderlecht players looks to have gone into the book for a challenge on Enciso in the build-up to this corner. It'll be Enciso to take it to the near post. Thumped away by Canna. Onyeseke placed onto Decourt. Enciso has to settle for the throw. Quickly taken onto Samuels. Has Perpignan in the box. Instead uses Mullins. And Vickers. Oh, that's brilliant skill from Vickers. Mullins. Twisting and turning and winning another corner. And Enciso fancies taking this one again. Perpignan standing over it as well. Perpignan actually set up one of the goals in the win over Crawley in the Carabao Cup, and with a corner. This one is collected by Howell on the edge of the box. Goes back to Alvarez. That's the retreat all the way back to Cahill. Good pressing from Anderlecht. A raking pass onto Julio Enciso. He's got some space here. Still Enciso with the shot. Heightens, parries the ball away. He's come alive a bit more in the past 5 or 10 minutes, Enciso. Heitens has had a good game so far, though, in the Anderlecht goal. Turns. Knight. Back with Knight again. Howell. Oh, Howell again, so good tackle from Seke. There's no one in support for Anderlecht up top. It's been a difficult task for them going forward in this opening half. Samuels, Perpion and Howell have once again switched sides. So Perpion on the left and Howell on the right. And here he is. Vickers. Howell. Turn around the corner from Perpion. Now for a goal kick. Perpion sure he should have won a free kick. Said it's back with Anderlecht. Once again, it will be Ludovic Roller who takes this one short to Heitens. Jana Vlies. Oh, that's a nice ball for Safo. Can he pick out the cross? He goes for the shot instead, the right back. It's blocks in Albion. All calmly in their own time. Bring the ball out. Alvarez. Perpion. On to Alvarez again. Decent enough challenge from Bola. There'll be 1 minute of additional time to be played at the end of this first half. The court. Seke. The court on the follow-up, but Seke can't find the American. And active look dangerous from Seke and the court and Verheilen when they have had their limited opportunities to come forward. But it's been a very quiet half for Killian Cahill. The referee brings an end then to the first half. Opportunities for Simmons, Vickers and Enciso. Mikael Heitens has been in good form in the Anderlecht goal. At half-time, it's Albion 0, Anderlecht 0. Welcome back to Lansing, where it is Albion 0, Anderlecht 0, heading into the second half of this Premier League International Cup match, with Albion looking to make it 3 wins from 3 in the competition and put themselves in a great place to win promotion through to the quarter-finals. Top 2 from each group will go through. There are 4 groups. Looks like Albion are going to be making a change at the break, because Josh Duffus is ready to come on. So we'll get confirmation of who he is on for. At first glance, it looks like it's probably Julio Enciso. So Duffus is going to be making his entry, and he is the man in form in this competition for Albion. Scored in both of the games so far. The 3-0 win over RB Leipzig and the winner against Real Sociedad. And it is Julio Enciso who has made way at half-time. And with Fabian Herzler's men take on Southampton in the Premier League on Friday. Enciso was, of course, on the bench at Bournemouth on Saturday. That looks like it's the only change at the break for either side. And it'll be Anderlecht who get the second half underway through Terry van der Ven. Referee just checking a few final issues. A slight delay to this second half. Remember, there are 4 English sides and 4 European teams in each of the 4 groups. The English teams host all of the European sides once. The top 2 go through. Albion came into this match at the top of Group D. 3 wins from 3 will put them in a great position. Anderlecht losing their opening match 4-0 to Chelsea. Finally, we do get underway, and Anderlecht with the long ball forward to Onia Seke. Challenged by Alvarez. Albion win the ball back. Mullins. That's pretty fluid from Albion as to who played out wide on the right and left. Harry Howell and Cam Pupillon switching sides on regular occasions. Confirmation of that change for you. Josh Duffus on for Julio Enciso. Almost exactly a year since Josh Duffus made his first team debut in that Europa League win away to AEK Athens. Almost scored as well. Pempion popping up on this right-hand side at the start of the second half. A few step overs and then back to Mullins, and that will be a free kick to the Albion. It's a chance for Albion to impose themselves on this Anderlecht defence at the start of this second half. A free kick right on the edge of the area. Given where the ball is placed, couldn't be much closer. Pepillon and Howell are sizing this one up. Australia lays it off to Howell. He's hit the crossbar, Howell. Closest that Albion have come. One-touch shot. Curling to the opposite side of the goal and just clipping the frame of the bar. Pepion. Albion have their tails up. Alvarez to Mullins. Good close control from Mullins. Won back by Wola. Alvarez showing good desire to get the ball back for the Albion, but it will be a throw to Anderlecht. Although Albion had a few opportunities in that first half, Anderlecht were very disciplined in defence. Low block, barely giving Albion any space. Desperate to try and unlock this defence at the start of this second half. Simmons. Turns. Samuels. Goes back to Simmons. Pepion. To Alvarez. The deflection hits Alvarez, goes out for a goal kick. Anderlecht goes short. Milicic onto Verkaden. Ball given away. The court. Van de Ven. Harry Howell cleans up for the Albion, and Vickers will bring the ball away. Howell. Fancy footwork to Vickers, and Howell again. Started this second half very confidently, the teenager. Samuels. Vickers. Howell's cross in. Pepion couldn't bring the ball down. Turns. The ball through to Duffus. Couldn't get the connection. Duffus playing as the lone front man, really. Vickers playing in a slightly withdrawn role at the start of this second half. Filling that void left by Julio Enciso. When they're out of possession, so much two up top. Samuels onto Pepion. Simmons. Howell. Knight. Turns. Anderlecht still with that low block. I've been having to work hard to try and open the Belgian side up. Could this be it? Samuels with the cross. And the ball is put into the back of the net by Cam Pepion. 1-0 Albion. Maybe a slightly scruffy goal, but it doesn't matter. It's a nice move, though. Howell onto Samuels. And it's Perpignan's shot, which deflects off of the goalkeeper and straight back into the path of Perpignan, into the back of the net. And Albion have been dominant throughout this match, and now they have a 1-0 lead. Second goal for Cam Perpignan in this competition this season. Also got one of the goals in the 3-0 victory over RB Leipzig. Now Anderlecht will have to come out and show a little bit more ambition maybe in attack, and that might open up a few more spaces for the Albion. Turns. Losing out possession to De Court. And the free kick goes the way of Anderlecht. It's in a decent position to try and get an instant reply. Remember, Anderlecht to play in the second tier in Belgium. A much changed 11 tonight, though. A blend of fringe players for their main under-23 side and some of the under-18 setup as well. It'll be Flees who takes this free kick. Dangerous delivery. And Albion can't get the ball away. And finally they do through Duffus. Albion on the counter. Still with Duffus. Cuts inside and wins the foul. The push by Lydian Vergelen. It's taken quickly. Albion looking to double their lead. Vickers, Vickers almost finding that final ball. Roll that. Forward for Van der Ven to chase. Perpignan. Howell will gather the loose ball. And he's got the beating of Safo. It's great close control from Howell. Mullins, Vickers. Albion sensing blood here. Howell. Out of play. We'll see if that was for a throw or a corner. Actually be a throw-in for the visitors. Took a slight deflection on the way out. Milicic gives the ball straight to Mullins. And Perpignan tries to turn it around the corner, and Perpignan again. Eventually cleared. Only as far as turns. Howell. Samuels. Mullins for Vickers. And Samuels hangs the ball up for Duffus. Gathered by Hanjins. This is good from Albion. Still very tight inside that area to try and find any space. Duffus couldn't get it. The connection that he was really after on that cross. John Doe. Oniaseke. Milicic. Vergelen. former Belgian youth international as Verhalen. He's featured in the first team squad for the Futures team in the second tier, more than any other player in this starting lineup for Anderlecht. Safo. De Court. Verhalen. Still Verhalen, got that all wrong. Well, having to show a little bit more ambition at the moment, Anderlecht. But the Albion also threatening a second. Killian Cahill doesn't like the look of that ball. Come back for the goal kick. Well, slightly false start. First change for the match then for Anderlecht. Oh, but the referee didn't give the go-ahead for that change yet. Naim Elafaki will be making his entrance, 18 years old. So Terry van der Ven has been replaced by Elafaki for Anderlecht. One back by Anderlecht. Bit of a heavy pass though for De Court to chase. Samuels shepherds the ball out for a goal kick. Turns to Simmons. Alvarez back to Simmons again and turns for Howell and Vickers. Heavy pass from Samuels, but recovered by Howell. Ball given away to El Akafi. And Howell slightly late with the challenge, and he will receive the yellow card. Looking to undo the error of the misplaced pass. A little bit too much passion from Howell on that occasion. Well, Hitchens has given the ball straight to Vickers here. Vickers with the slip and then tries to play in Mullins. A big chance there for the Albion. It's the unfortunate slip from Vickers at just the wrong moment. Perpignan to Duffus, and still Duffus gets the shot in, parried away by Hitchens. A good stop. Almost two for the Albion. Sloppy play at the back though from Anderlecht. Almost gifting a second goal for the Albion. Verhalen. Nicely done by Joe Knight. Back to Cahill's had a quiet night so far. Knight to Howell. Nice ball over the top for Samuels and Duffus, and Mullins at the back post. Forced slightly too wide. Perpion hooks the ball up again. And it's out of play for a corner. This was the chance for Duffus. Hitchens was equal to it again. Howell and Perpion over this corner kick. Perpion takes it. Cleared away and then hooked along by Onioseke. Brought down nicely by Mullins. Alvarez. Safety first, back to Cahill. Head turns to Howell, and Samuels has to work hard to keep the ball in. Nicely done by the left back. Simmons on to Perpignan. A deep cross towards Vickers, who heads the ball down to Duffus. And out by Milicic. Albion threatening a second. Vickers. Howler just run into an offside position. Vickers draws the foul. Knight. This is turns onto Vickers, through to Samuels. Loads of space here for Samuels to get the cross in, but he was offside. Just went a little bit too early. Albion currently on course then to maintain this impressive run of form. Only lost one out their last 8 games. Give them some real confidence as well, heading back into Premier League 2 action this weekend against Arsenal. So look to try and cut Man City's 2-point lead at the top. Still work to do here though. Samuels. Turns with another searching ball for Perpignan. John Doe is a foul by Perpignan. Vickers on the chase, trying to close down Hitchens. And it's done the job because Albion have won the throw. returns. Well won by Jamie Mullins. Tries to play it back to Perpignan. Duffus slightly over-eager for the referee's liking. Anderlecht have the free kick. Duffus looking to extend his impressive goal-scoring form this season. 4 goals in Premier League 2. 2 goals in the Premier League International Cup. Also scored in the EFL Trophy. And Albion are preparing a second change. And Marcus Eiffel will be making his entrance. And it's the end of Cam Perpignan's night. And it's been a fairly successful one for him too. The Australian scoring the only goal of the match so far. Putting Albion in an excellent position to consolidate their place at the top of Group D. It's a pretty good replacement. Also already scored in the Premier League International Cup, Marcus Eiffel, in the 3-0 victory over RB Leipzig. Another who's played in the EFL Trophy this season, so against the senior League 1 and League 2 sides, and scored in that competition. Albrecht with the foul on Onyeseke. Intercepted by Eiffel, straight into this match, and Duffus, his fellow substitute. That's nicely worked by John Doe. And Verheilen has given the ball away again here. And Albrecht reading the game impressively too. Samuels. He was caught in 2 minds there, I think, there, Murray Samuels, but whether to play the pass or shoot, space was just opening up for him. Alafaki can't keep the ball in, so Joe Knight restarts play quickly to Simmons. Mullins onto Vickers. Vickers with the pass inside to Samuels, and it was a nice touch and a shot straight down the throat, though, of Heinchins. Decent move here from the Albion. Oh, this for a back heel from Murray Samuels. Just didn't have the power to cause Heinchins any serious problems. Another free kick then for Anderlecht on the far side. The foul from Marcus Eiffel. There's going to be another change here for Anderlecht, and Abubakar Conte will be making his entrance, as will Lars Montegnis, and he is a danger. I'll tell you about him in a moment. Jana Vlies is off. Devon de Court is the other player who has been withdrawn. Conte is part of the regular squad in the second tier in Belgium. Montegnis played 15 games last season. Belgium under-19 international. Yet to play in this campaign, though. being eased back in. It's the 19-year-old. He's got 20 minutes here to try and make a difference for the Belgians, number 48. Eiffel forward for Mullins, with Duffus and Vickers in the middle. They run into a bit of a cul-de-sac here, but Eiffel trying to win the ball back. Vickers. Turn short to Simmons. Turns again, looking for one of his textbook long balls as that goes short for Vickers. It's now popped up on this left-hand side. A turn from Duffus, turning into trouble. Vickers, Howell. Samuels. Knights back through to Samuels, and Mullins couldn't bring the ball down to get the shot away. Eiffel will try to keep the attack alive. Alvarez with the overlap and uses him. Decent cross in. Duffus couldn't get the connection. Nicely turned, just taking the ball further away from him than he might have liked. Turns. Nice feet from Eiffel. Samuels to Howell, with time to get the cross in. Vickers at the back post, and Alvarez. It's all very congested inside that box. Alvarez again. Vickers wins the corner. Still very tight in those attacking spaces for Albion. Just feel that Shannon Ruth will want his side to get a second goal just to kill the nerves. Corner in from Howell, and it's headed in by Eiffel. And there is that second goal. A substitute with the glancing header into the back of the net. And Anderlecht will have to produce something special here to get back into this game. And Albion are going to make another change, and Harry Howell's work is done for the evening. It's not about to get much easier for Anderlecht, though, with Lewis Flower taking his place. A 20-year-old who came in from Chelsea last year, can play in wide positions. They may just be a like-for-like replacement for Harry Howell, who leaves the pitch after just providing that assist for the second goal. Looks actually like Vickers will play out on the left side. Here's Vickers, Mullins. Knight. A bit much on it for Samuels to chase. I remember goal difference would be a big factor, it could be at least, in terms of deciding who the top two will be to make the quarter-finals. Albion now with 6 goals from their 3 matches. Only 2 can go through, 8 in each group. Albion with 1 more match to come next month against Sporting. They're looking in great shape though to advance to the knockout stages. Turns. It would be beneficial if Albion can try and get another goal or 2. Turns, nice flick on from Vickers, and it's back with Vickers again. And is he fouled? He is, and it's a penalty to the Albion. That was nice footwork from Caelan Vickers, drew the foul. And in the end, an easy decision for the referee, Ross Martin, pointed straight to the spot. And Vickers handing the ball straight to Jamie Mullins. It's turning into a pretty decent night for the Albion, and they extend their lead. Just over 10 minutes to go. Jamie Mullins with the penalty. Saved by the goalkeeper. The captain couldn't convert, and Hitchens read the direction of the skipper's penalty effort. Albion on the attack again. Knight to Duffus, hits the post. Samuels on the follow-up, just wide. Oh, now it's opening up at the back. Tight angle from Duffus. Does well to hit the post, really, and Samuels just wide. Eiffel. Mullins. Still Mullins trying to make up for that penalty miss. Eiffel, nice footwork again, and down low from Hitchens to smother the ball with Flower waiting at the back post. Anderlecht possibly just tiring at the back now after putting in such a strong defensive display for most of this game. Duffus trying to get round Roller. And a corner won by Duffus. Mullins has come over to take this corner with Howell and Perpignan both off the pitch now. So it will be the captain. Mullins with the corner towards Knight. Put out for another corner by Milicic. Caelan Vickers with Joe Knight. It'll be Vickers with the deep corner. Safe hands from the keeper, has had a good game. Played short. Tegnis. Midasic. Given away by Bachelen. Flower. Still Flower showing good pace. Safo will bring the ball out for Anderlecht. And again, Samuels would not give up. He's hurt himself a bit here though, Samuels. Might just be a bit of cramp. Another couple of changes then for Anderlecht. And a few more for the Albion as well. Joshua Batum is on, as is Yanis Bouon. Onyeseke, one of the players who's come off. And the two changes for the Albion. Yusufa Wusu and Harry Mills replacing Amari Samuels and Joe Knight. Free kick goes the way of Anderlecht. Taken quickly. Duffus just has to switch back on and get back into position. Back by Mills. It's playing on this left-hand side. After coming on for him, Ari Samuels. He's just feeling the game at the end of it. Stretching and replaced quickly. Here is Mills. Recently played for the Cyprus under-21s, Harry Mills. Turns. I feel it's a slightly too heavy a touch. Out of play for a goal kick for Anderlecht. Try and take this quickly. Heinchens long. Simmons underneath it. Given away by Eiffel. Brouard. Here he is again, the substitute. It's offside against Anderlecht. Things just haven't been going right for the Belgian side tonight. A tough evening against an Albion side which has been high in intensity. Had to wait for their opportunity to go ahead. It's been a comfortable night for Shannon Root's men. Cahill has given the ball away here to John Doe. A foul on John Doe. So a free kick in a good position for Anderlecht. To try and give Albion a few things to think about in these closing stages. Free kick taken then. It's a decent delivery. Good hands though by Cahill. Just a few things for the referee to sort out here. The referee will have a word with Josh Duffus. Let's try and take the heat out of the situation. Well, move on. And Cahill will restart play. I think it might need a drop ball from the referee first. Final few minutes then of the 90. The goals from Cam Perpignan and Marcus Eiffel have Albion in a 2-0 lead. Turns under a bit of pressure. Finds Alvarez though. Alvarez long, looking for the run of Duffus. Duffus has won the ball back here. He's played it back to Eiffel. And just wide of the target. Good strength though from Duffus. Stole the ball back. And Eiffel, the cross-come shot. Kanna. Jondo. Bouron. Made a good impact since coming on. Mortelius. Away by the Albion. 6 minutes of added time at the end of this second half. Vickers with space to run into. Duffus. Still Duffus onto Flower. Just wide of the far post. The best chance he's had since coming on. Does so well, Duffus, to hold off his man and play the ball through to Flower. Simmons underneath that, and Antonius goes back to his keeper. For Betum. Cahill was alert. Turns. How many times he played a ball like that tonight? Vickers. Vickers. Hitchens. Again, saw it all the way. He's had a busy night. That's a lovely turn from Duffus. And he's still going. Duffus gets a deflection on the shot into the hands of Hitchens. Mills is underneath this. Takes it back to Cahill. In the last 10 minutes, Albion have been opening up Anderlecht at will. Vickers, slightly heavy touch. Verheulen. Nicely won back by Simmons. Mullins. Harry Mills. Ball might fall nicely here for Mullins. Slipped at the wrong time. Anderlecht will bring the ball away. El Afaki. And Buron. Barris happy to concede the throw. They had to be patient tonight, Albion. Wait for their moment to break the deadlock, but when Cam Perpignan did so, they settled the nerves at Lansing. Buron. Blocked by Alvarez. After all that, Albion have the throw. Turns, goes long. Duffus will chase. Boyder will go back to his goalkeeper. Milicic. There'll be one more chance for the Albion. Milicic. Betum. John Doe. Switches the play to Betum. Milicic. John Doe. Ball over the top. Turns is there first. Conte. The cross comes in. Maybe a chance here for a shot for Anderlecht. Crucial touch there on the edge of the box. Late flurry from Anderlecht. Betum. Milicic. Kona. Mills is underneath this. Vickers will clear the ball upfield, and that's job done for the Albion. 3 wins from 3 in the Premier League International Cup. The goals from Cam Perpignan, and then Marcus Eiffel on as a substitute. They had to wait to break the deadlock against a stubborn Anderlecht defence. But Albion's good start to this competition continues. It's finished at Lansing. Brighton and Hove Albion 2, Anderlecht 0.